everyone, welcome back to Take the Snap. I'm JJ, and in this episode we'll be recapping the NFL draft round by round, and I'll be discussing the Shedeur Sanders situation and sharing my thoughts on why he slid so far down. But first, let's get to the news. The Washington Commanders and the Washington, D.C. government have agreed on a $4 billion stadium, and they will build it at the RFK Stadium site. I think this is good. The Commander Stadium is one of the worst in the league. Of course, RFK Stadium being the old stadium, and they're putting it there. They're going to buy about 170 acres of space, and the stadium will only take up about 16 acres of that, and they're going to try to open it around 2030. I like this move overall. I like that they need a new stadium. People have been complaining about the stadium forever. It almost took out Jalen Hurts as he was walking back into the tunnel. Multiple players have complained about the stadium, the field, and I think that the Commanders have noticed that and they're gonna get a new stadium done by 2030. The Carolina Panthers have signed wide receiver Hunter Renfrow. I like this. I don't feel like Hunter Renfrow is going to do much for them. He took a 1-year break from football. The former Raiders receiver. I think he's still a little bit less than a tank. He still wanted to play football, so he came back and signed with the Panthers. Of course, he got a big contract a couple of years back. I don't think he could do much. The Panthers have Adam Thielen, Xavier Legette, Jalen Kirker, Terry McMillan, so he's at least wide receiver 5, but I do like the move for him. The Panthers trying to get more depth and trying to get an older guy that has been around the league for a while at the wide receiver position, and overall I think this is a good move for the Panthers. I don't think it will hurt him at all, but I don't think he's going to be a big contributor for them either. Buccaneers have signed Colorado safety Shedeur Sanders as an undrafted free agent. I like Shiloh coming out of college. I know this is only a big story because Deion Sanders is his dad, but I was shocked when he did not get invited to the combine. I think he's been solid overall. Over his 6 seasons in college, he has had 229 tackles, 6 picks, 13 pass breaks, up 7 forced fumbles, and in 2024 he started 10 games for Colorado and he had 67 tackles. I do like this. Of course, he has a lawsuit regarding a security guard while he was in high school, but I do like Shedeur Sanders overall as a player, and I think he could be a good depth guy for the Buccaneers if he makes their final roster. The Carolina Panthers have agreed to pick up offensive tackle Ikem Ekwonu's 5th-year option. I like Ekwonu. He has been one of the only good young Panthers players. It feels like the Panthers didn't have much. They might have their franchise quarterback, but trust me, they've had their franchise offensive tackle, which is more important than a lot of people think. I think he's been really good. I think he's one of the best young tackles in the league, and I like this move for the Panthers. The Giants have announced that they will not be picking up offensive tackle Evan Neal's 5th-year option. I think Evan Neal, he has not met expectations thus far. I think he's a bust, honestly. I just think that he just didn't have what it takes to play in the NFL. Some guys just aren't that good. And I think that the Giants say, we're not going to be attached to you just because you're a first-round pick. We're not picking up your 5th-year option. Sorry. And I like this for the Giants. I think that they need a new culture. And if you're not going to fit that culture, you're not going to be a Giant. Seattle Seahawks are trading quarterback Sam Howell to the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings gave the Seahawks pick 142 to the Seahawks in exchange for Sam Howell and pick 172. I like this. He's most likely going to be the backup for J.J. McCarthy, having to compete with Brett Rippon. But I think Sam Howell, he's been a solid backup. He led the league in passing at one point, like midway through the season. I think that they're trying to get a guy in there that they know can keep the team afloat if McCarthy does go down, because of course he had that meniscus injury. If he gets injured again, or if he gets re-injured, then they'll have somebody who at least has played NFL football. I don't hate it for Minnesota. I feel like they didn't have to give up much at all. And let's just see if Sam Howell have to play at all. The Detroit Lions have agreed to exercise the fifth-year options of defensive end Aiden Hutchinson and wide receiver Jameson Williams. I like this. Aiden Hutchinson has been one of the best pass rushers in the NFL since he entered the league in 2022. He has been dominant. Of course, he got injured last season, but Aiden Hutchinson has looked like he should have been the number 1 overall pick. And Jameson Williams, he's been a very solid number 2 receiver behind Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's a speed demon. He brings the speed to the Lions. He is a big piece of that team. I mean, they can't just focus all their attention on Amon-Ra or J-Mo will get open. I do like this move. I think that they were both very, very good players. And I think that the Lions made the right choice by exercising the fifth-year options. The Tennessee Titans are signing wide receiver Tyler Lockett to a 1-year, $4 million deal. I think this is a good move for the Titans. I think that he'll complement the receivers well. They have Calvin Ridley, Traylon Brooks, and Van Jefferson. I think he can compete to be a wide receiver 3 or even a wide receiver 2 here. I don't think Traylon Brooks has really worked out. I think if you're Tyler Lockett, though, you try to get more money. I mean, it is a max value of $6 million. I don't understand why the Seahawks cut him in the first place. He's been super solid for them for years now. Many years, and they just cut him. I think he probably could have gotten a little more money. I like the deal for the Titans. I don't hate the deal for Tyler Lockett. The Titans have been trying to get as many weapons as possible for Cam Wood before and in the draft. And I think Tyler Lockett's a super consistent guy that a rookie quarterback in Cam Wood can lean on. Detroit Lions have signed safety Kobe Joseph to a 4-year, $86 million extension that makes him the highest paid safety in the league. He has an average annual salary of $21.5 million. I think this is good for the Lions. Kobe Joseph, he's been a guy in that secondary. He's been really solid when he's healthy. Of course, the Lions' defense, and especially the secondary, is what killed them in the playoffs, just not having the people that they need. And they're making sure that they are keeping all of their franchise pieces around. Aiden Hutchinson, Jameson Williams, Kobe Joseph. It is a lot of money, but I think it could work out. I don't think he is the best safety in the league. I don't think they should have paid him this much money. But if you got to overpay a little bit for a guy, I think you got to do it. I think the Lions have a lot of confidence in him. And Kobe Joseph, he is young. He still has a lot of potential left. I think that the deal is just based off, can he stay healthy? Does he have that potential that we think he has to be the best safety in the league in the future? But I think if he does continue to progress well, I think this will be a good deal for both the Lions and Kobe Joseph. That's it for the news. Now let's recap the NFL draft. The way this is going to work is I'm going to go round by round and talk about some of the notable picks. And in each round, I'm going to share my best value pick, my biggest reach, in my opinion, my favorite pick, and my least favorite pick from each round. And after I'm done with all 7 rounds, I'm going to do a different segment talking about the Shedeur Sanders situation and why I think he fell. So stick around for that. Let's begin with round 1. Some of the notable picks in round 1 include pick number 1. The Tennessee Titans select Cam Wood, quarterback of Miami. I like this pick. They go out and they got their guy, and they got the quarterback of the future. Pick number 2, the Jacksonville Jaguars selected Travis Hunter, wide receiver / cornerback, Colorado. I like this. The Jaguars, they were super aggressive. They had made that huge trade, trading away a second rounder, another later pick, and the first rounder next year to go up and get one of the most unique prospects we've seen possibly in the history of the draft. With pick number 3, the New York Giants took Abdul Carter, edge rusher from Penn State. I like this pick too. I think they maybe could have gone quarterback, but they addressed that later in the draft, so not like it matters anyway. I think that Abdul Carter is going to be a dominant edge rusher, and they're trying to just improve their already very good offensive line. With pick 4, the New England Patriots took Will Campbell, offensive tackle from LSU. I like him, best offensive lineman in the draft. He doesn't have short arms, but the Patriots needed offensive line and addressed it here. With the 5th pick, the Cleveland Browns took Mason Graham, defensive tackle from Michigan. I like this pick more than other people do. I think Mason Graham is really good, and I think that the Browns should have stayed in the pick 2 and taken Travis Hunter, but they didn't, and I don't hate Mason Graham as another pass rusher to help out Myles Garrett. With pick number 6, the Las Vegas Raiders took Ashton Jeanty, running back from Boise State. Ashton Jeanty was dominant. Raiders don't have any running backs. I like the pick. With pick 15, the Atlanta Falcons took Jalen Walker, the edge from Georgia. I like this pick overall. I think it could have been better, but I like Jalen Walker. I think he has the potential to just be a consistent edge rusher, and I think the Falcons got themselves a good pick here. Another notable pick is pick 25. The New York Giants took Jackson Dart, quarterback from Ole Miss. They traded back into the first round to get their guy. I like it for the Giants. I think, is Dart going to be that guy? Do you believe in him? They did believe in him enough to trade up and get their guy, and I like it. With pick 27, the Baltimore Ravens took Malachi Starks, safety from Georgia. I think he's the best safety in this class, maybe him and Nick Emirari. But I like it. Ravens' defense was kind of holding them back last year, so they just made it better here. And with pick 31, the Baltimore Ravens took Jahad Campbell, linebacker from Alabama. I think he fell a little more than he should have. I think Campbell was going to be a really good player in the NFL. And I think the Eagles got a steal here at pick 31. Jahad Campbell. He was also my best value pick for this round, at pick 31, with the Eagles took him. The Eagles and Howard Roseman continue to get good players over and over again. It's kind of exhausting. Campbell should not have fallen. I think that he is a very good linebacker, one of the best in this draft. And I think the Eagles just saw him at 31 and knew that they should go out and get themselves a good linebacker. My biggest reach was pick 26 with the Atlanta Falcons selected James Pierce Jr., edge rusher from Tennessee. I think James Pierce, he has some character issues. I think going into the college football season, he was a top 5 pick, but he did not have a good season. And this is it necessarily about the fact that you pick 26. I think that is early, but it's more about what they traded back up into the first round to get. They gave the Rams their second round pick 46, and a 7th round pick number 252, along with a 2026 first round pick. And in exchange, they got the 26 overall pick and a late 3rd round pick 101. They did not need to reach on James Pierce Jr., trade up that much to get him. They already took an edge rusher. They already took Jalen Walker. I don't think they needed to trade back up in the first round to get James Pierce Jr. to use too high of a pick and overpay to trade back up. I didn't like this pick at all. I don't know why the Falcons did it. I think Pierce has the potential to be a great player, and if he does, this all works out. But I just think it was a reach by the Falcons, and they should have just taken an edge rusher in the second round if they really won. Favorite pick is pick number 14, when the Indianapolis Colts selected Tyler Warren, tight end, Penn State. The Colts got one of the best players in the draft, and people said they should trade up for him. They didn't even have to trade up. They've needed tight ends for years. They have Mo Alley Cox, Jelani Woods, Kylan Granson, and they lost Kylan Granson in free agency. They got the best tight end in the class, and it's not even close. I think Colston Loveland, who went before him, is worse than him. The Colts, I think they are very happy with this pick. They got a superstar at pick 14, and they didn't have to move up at all. My least favorite pick is pick number 10, where the Chicago Bears selected Colston Loveland, tight end, Michigan. I think he'll be a good player in the NFL. I just don't think they needed to use their first round pick on a tight end. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get another tight end. They're trying to run 12 personnel, make the offense more efficient. With Ben Johnson, they're trying to give more weapons for Caleb Williams, but they don't need tight end. Cole Kmet has been very good for them the last couple of years, and even though I think Livingston will be good, I just don't think it was worth using your 10th overall pick on a tight end when you didn't need one in a deep tight end class. They could have taken a tight end later and used this on more important needs. I just don't like this for the Bears overall. Now let's move on to round 2. Some notable picks in round 2 include round 2 pick number 3, pick 35 overall, the Seattle Seahawks selected Nick Emirari, safety, South Carolina. I think that Nick Emirari can be one of the best safeties in this class. I think he is one of the best safeties, if not the best safety in this draft class overall. I really like this pick for Seattle. I think that the value is really good here. Round 2 pick number 4, pick 36 overall, the Cleveland Browns selected Quinshon Judkins, running back, Ohio State. I think the Browns, they needed a running back. Of course, Nick Chubb walked in free agency. I think Judkins is a very powerful runner. He's going to get downhill. I think he's more of a goal line back. I don't know if he can be a 4-down back in the NFL, but I really do like Judkins. I think that if they can get another running back in there, that he's a very good complement to him. With round 2 pick number 6, pick 38 overall, the New England Patriots selected Travion Henderson, running back, Ohio State. I'm not sure what to think about this pick. I think Ramondre Stevenson, he's good. I think he's been really solid as a 4-down back, but I do like the Henderson pick. He's your typical star running back. Has the speed, he has the angles, the ability to cut. He has a good vision, and I think that Stevenson is more of a big running back like Quinshon Judkins is, and I like this pick. I don't think that they should have taken a running back this early, but I don't think it's the worst pick in the world. With round 2 pick number 7, the Chicago Bears selected Luther Burden III, wide receiver, Missouri. I think Luther Burden was the 3rd best receiver in this class, and they got really good value here. The Bears are just looking to get as many weapons as possible for Caleb Williams, really trying to propel him and help him up. I think maybe they could get an offensive lineman here, but I like this pick overall. It's round 2 pick 8, pick 40 overall. The New Orleans Saints selected Tyler Shuck, quarterback, Louisville. This pick was a shock. A lot of people said the Saints needed a quarterback. I don't think they expected Shuck to go this early. I think he's good. He is terrified to get hit, which kind of is prone. The Saints' offensive line isn't that good. It's alright. But I think he has the ability to make throws that NFL guys need to make. I think he has sneaky athleticism, and I like this pick overall. With round 2 pick number 12, pick 48 overall, the Dallas Cowboys took Donovan Azubuike, edge rusher from Boston College. The Cowboys, I think they had a really good draft. I think Azubuike, he was a guy who was projected early 2nd round, and he kind of went in that range. But I think that they just got a good pass rusher to go with Micah Parsons and a good complement to him. With round 2 pick 15, the Arizona Cardinals took Will Johnson, quarterback from Michigan. Will Johnson, I think he has the ability to be a top 10 player in this draft. Of course, he had the injury that held him back, but I think he will be a monster. I think the Cardinals really addressed the secondary. With round 2 pick 16, the Houston Texans selected Aaron Estoni, offensive tackle, Minnesota. The Texans needed offensive line badly. Stroud was the 2nd most sacked quarterback last season, and they got the help they needed here. With round 2 pick 19, pick 51, the Carolina Panthers selected Nick Scourton, edge rusher from Texas A&M. I like the Scourton pick a lot. They get back-to-back pass rush help and back-to-back rounds, but I still think Scourton is a first-round talent. I like the pick here. Round 2, pick 53, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Benjamin Morrison, cornerback from Notre Dame. They needed CB help, they needed defensive back help, and they got it here. I think Morrison's a guy who could go in the 1st round and nobody would bat an eye, and they got a really good player here, and I like it. Round 2, pick 27, pick 59 overall, the Baltimore Ravens selected Mike Green, edge rusher from Marshall. He led the FBS in sacks last season. He has some character concerns, that's why he fell, but the Ravens said, you know what, ignore the character concern, we're just looking at him as a player, and I think the talent is definitely there. And with round 2, pick 30, pick 62 overall, the Chicago Bears select Shamari Turner, defensive tackle, Texas A&M. I think Turner is one of the best defensive tackles in this class. I really like this pick. I think he could have been a late 1st rounder. Nobody would be shocked. I think the Bears got good value with this pick, and I really do like this pick overall. Best value pick in this round was round 2, pick 15, pick 47 overall, but the Arizona Cardinals selected Will Johnson, cornerback, Michigan. I love this pick. This could honestly be my favorite pick in this round, but that would be boring, so no. But if it wasn't for an injury that he had at Michigan, he would most likely go in the top 15, maybe even top 10. And I think he'll be a top 5 to 10 player in this draft when it's all said and done. And the Cardinals got him in the middle of the second round. And I think the value here is absolutely insane. And I love Will Johnson as a prospect. My biggest reach was round 2, pick 34 overall, where the Houston Texans selected Jaden Higgins, wide receiver, Iowa State. I don't think the Texans needed a wide receiver. I don't think they needed to take one this early. They didn't need to reach. And he was at best the third best receiver available when they made this pick. And I see him as, at best, a late second rounder, not at the beginning of the second round. I don't think the Texans needed this type of receiver. I just don't think the Texans needed to reach, but they did for no reason. My favorite pick was round 2, pick 19, pick 51 overall, where the Carolina Panthers selected Nick Scorton, edge rusher from Texas A&M. The Panthers badly needed a pass rush help, and they get a first-round talent late in the second round. I really like this pick. I mean, he's really good. I think that the Panthers just don't have anybody on the defensive line, and they addressed their need here, and they addressed their need later in the draft. My least favorite pick is round 2, pick 14, pick 46 overall. The Los Angeles Rams selected Terrence Ferguson, tight end, Oregon. The Rams, they just don't need a tight end, I feel like. Tyler Higbee has been very solid and has been really good for them. But I don't think this is definitely a reach also. And I just don't think that you should take the tight end in the middle of the second round when there's a deep tight end class and you already have an established tight end, an established guy. I think that they just didn't need to make this pick, but they did, and I do not like it at all. Now let's move on to round 3. So notable picks in round 3. For round 3, pick 1, pick 65 overall, the New York Giants selected Darius Alexander, defensive tackle, Toledo. Round 3, pick 67 overall, the Cleveland Browns selected Harold Fannin Jr., tight end, Bowling Green. I think that Harold Fannin is like the most underrated prospect in this draft class, or one of them. I think he's a pass-catching threat, a big one at that, and I really like this pick for the Browns. He'll be a good tight end 2 behind Njoku. I don't think they reached at all, and I like this pick for Cleveland. With round 3, pick number 8, pick 72 overall, the Buffalo Bills selected Landon Jackson, edge rusher, Arkansas. I really like this pick. Landon Jackson, I think he's really developed good in college, and I think that the Bills got themselves some defensive help they need, and if he can develop in the NFL and continue his journey, I think he'll be really good. With round 3, pick 12, pick 76 overall, the Dallas Cowboys selected Shavon Rivell Jr., cornerback, Eastern Carolina. I love this pick. I feel like Rivell, he could have been a first-round guy. If it wasn't for injury that he had, he would 100% be a first-rounder. I think he has the talent to be a really good quarterback in this league, and I think that the Cowboys got a steal here in the third round. Round 3, pick 13, pick 77 overall, the Carolina Panthers select Brinsley Umailin, edge rusher, Ole Miss. The Panthers addressed their defensive line again, and a really good pick. I think he could have been a high second rounder, and they get insane value again with another edge rusher to keep bolstering down on that defensive line, and I like it. With round 3, pick 19, pick 83 overall, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Caleb Johnson, running back, Iowa. They need running back. The only guy they really have is Jalen Warren, who I think is good, but I think he needs somebody to split reps with. And I think that Caleb Johnson can really be that. I think he's a good change of pace back. And I like this pick for the Steelers. Round 3, pick 25, pick 89 overall. The Jacksonville Jaguars took Wyatt Millman, guard from West Virginia. With round 3, pick 28, pick 92 overall, the Seattle Seahawks took Jalen Milroe, quarterback, Alabama. I'm not sure what I think about this pick. They have Sam Darnold. They're committed to him for a couple of years, and they're trying to get their guy of the future. I don't hate it. Milroe does need time to develop, and they have Darnold that won't force him to start immediately. But I think that Darnold plays really good. You want to give him another contract extension. What do you do with Jalen Milroe? It's the same thing that the Vikings just had happen to them with J.J. McCarthy. So I think that this pick could end up really good. I think it could also end up really bad. It just depends. With round 3, pick 30, pick 94 overall, the Cleveland Browns selected Dylan Gabriel, quarterback, Oregon. The Browns finally get a quarterback, but I don't like this pick at all. I think they mega reached here. I don't think that Dylan Gabriel really is that guy. I think Shedeur Sanders, who we'll talk about later, is going to win the starting job if they give these rookies a chance to compete with Joe Flacco. With round 3, pick number 32, pick 96 overall, the Atlanta Falcons select Xavier Watts, safety, Notre Dame. I like this pick. They need just depth and help in the defensive secondary, and they get it here with Xavier Watts, who I think could be like the 3rd best safety in this draft. And I think that the Falcons made a very solid pick here with Watts. My best value pick in this round was round 3, pick number 12, pick 76 overall. The Dallas Cowboys selected Shavon Neville Jr., cornerback from East Carolina. I think if he didn't suffer an injury last season, he would 100% be a first rounder. He's a beast, and I think he has the talent to be a very good corner. I think that he should have been a first rounder, and the Cowboys get insane value, and they had a very good draft, and this is just part of it. My biggest reach is round 3, pick 36, pick 100 overall. The San Francisco 49ers selected Upton Stout, quarterback, Western Kentucky. I think Stout, he'll be a good player, solid. I just think that they could have got him later in the draft, but they didn't need to use this high of a pick on him. They needed defensive back help. I understand why they did it. They lost a bunch of guys in free agency, but it's still a reach. My favorite pick was round 3, pick 13, 77 overall. The Carolina Panthers selected Princely Uomailan, edge rusher from Ole Miss. I know it's another Panthers edge rusher. That's my favorite pick for this round, but hear me out. I think he has the ability to be a dominant edge rusher in the NFL. I think his floor is high, and I think he has the confidence and mindset to succeed in the league. And I think he'll just do just that. He'll go out and perform what the Panthers need him to. And my least favorite pick is round 3, pick number 30, pick 94 overall, where the Cleveland Browns selected Dylan Gabriel, quarterback, Oregon. I think he might be a solid backup, but this is a reach. The Browns, they needed a quarterback, so it's not like I don't understand why they took a quarterback. But I think at the time of the pick, Dylan Gabriel was the 5th best quarterback on the board, and that's being generous. I think Sanders is better than him. I think Kyle McCoy is better than him. I think Will Howard goes above him. I think Quinn Ewers goes above him. I think those 4 quarterbacks are better than Dylan Gabriel, and they all went after him. I just don't think he has the high intangibles to be a starter in this league. I think he'll be a solid backup. I just don't think he will win the starting job. I think this will be a bad pick. I think this is a bad pick. Now let's move on to round 4. Some notable picks in round 4 include round 4, pick number 3, pick 105 overall, where the New York Giants selected Cam Skadaboo, running back, Arizona State. Skadaboo, he's a guy who he wants to play the game. He wants to win every single time. He will put in the best effort every single snap. He's going to be first to arrive, last to leave. I think he's the guy who's going to put in the effort and has the commitment and has the right mindset to be a great player in this league. Round 4, pick 4, pick 106 overall, the New England Patriots selected Craig Wilson, safety, Cal. Round 4, pick 7, pick 109 overall, the Buffalo Bills selected Deion Walker, defensive tackle from Kentucky. Round 4, pick 11 overall, the San Francisco 49ers selected C.J. West, defensive tackle, Indiana. I like this pick. I think West, he was a very solid player. I think he's a guy you're going to get consistency from, and I think that's what the 49ers need at this point. Younger, consistent guys. With round 4, pick 12, pick 114 overall, the Carolina Panthers selected Trevor Etienne, running back, Georgia. I love this pick. The Panthers, they needed running back. I think Trevor Etienne performed very good at one of the most prestigious programs in the country, and I like this pick for the Panthers. With round 4, pick 18, pick 120 overall, the Tennessee Titans selected Gunnar Helm, tight end from Texas. I also like this pick a lot. I feel like Gunnar Helm, he made the plays, big-time plays when Texas needed them the most. He came through, and I think he's a guy that he might have 1 or 2 catches in a game, but they'll be deep catches, and they'll come when they matter most. Round 4, pick 21, pick 123 overall, the Pittsburgh Steelers selected Jack Sawyer, edge rusher, Ohio State. I think Sawyer, he is a very good guy. I mean, when it matters most, he comes through. He's the guy that's going to make the big plays in the big games. I think he consistently has proven that he has the ability to be a playmaker. With round 4, pick 22, pick 124 overall, the Green Bay Packers selected Baron Sorrell, edge rusher from Texas. Round 4, pick 24, pick 126 overall, the Cleveland Browns selected Dylan Sampson, edge rusher from Tennessee. I really like this pick. I think he is the complement to Quinshon Judkins I was talking about earlier. I think that the Browns running back room looks completely different. Some new young life is what they've inserted into it. Round 4, pick 28, pick 130, the New York Jets selected Malachi Moore, safety from Alabama. Round 4, pick 32, pick 134 overall, the Denver Broncos selected Q Robinson, edge rusher from Alabama. And round 4, pick 34, pick 136 overall, the Tennessee Titans selected Elik Enaminor, wide receiver, Stanford. I really like this. I think the Titans are trying to load up for as many points as they can get for Cam Ward, and I like what they're doing here. He had almost 300 receiving yards against Colorado, I think 2 seasons back, with Travis Hunter guarding him the whole game. He has proven that he has the ability to just one-off, just have a really good game, and I think that he will be a solid player for the Titans and a good weapon for Cam Ward. My best value pick for this round was round 4, pick 21, pick 123 overall, where the Pittsburgh Steelers selected Jack Sawyer, edge rusher, Ohio State. Jack Sawyer, he's a guy I saw as a second to early third rounder, not mid to late fourth rounder. He has consistently proven that he can be a game record, and he makes the big plays when they need him to, when his team needs him to the most. My biggest reach is round 4, pick 103 overall. The Tennessee Titans selected Chimerick Dyke, wide receiver, Florida. I just think the Titans are trying to get as many weapons as possible for Cam Ward. I just don't think they need to use as high of a pick as they did on Dyke. I think that you could have gotten better wide receivers, but I think it just shows that the Titans are trying to make Cam Ward's life as easy as possible, even if they reach on players. My favorite pick is round 4, pick 12, pick 114 overall. The Carolina Panthers select Trevor Etienne, running back, Georgia. I'm not trying to just pick Panthers players for my favorite picks. I just think it showed how good of a draft they had. I think, although Trevor Hubbard had a breakout season, he just can't be a bell cow back, in my opinion. They have Jonathan Brooks, but I think that Trevor will be a good addition for that running back room. I think he performed very well consistently for a Georgia team that they could get any running back in the country to transfer. Almost any running back in the country they wanted it to transfer there. He consistently performed, and I think that under pressure, under the lights, the number is not too bright. My least favorite pick is round 4, pick 2. Pick 104 overall, where the Jacksonville Jaguars selected Drashul Tutin, running back, Virginia Tech. I don't think the Jaguars, they didn't need a running back here. They already have Travis Etienne, who's proven that he can be a bell cow running back. He has been involved in some trade rumors, so I think even if he does get traded, they still have Tank Bigsby, who has came in when Travis Etienne has had injury and proven that he can be a good running back in the league. I think if the Jaguars were dead set on taking a running back here, they should have taken Cam Scatterby, Trevor Etienne, who I think are both better than him. I do not like this pick at all for Jacksonville. Let's move on to round 5. Some notable picks in the 5th round include round 5, pick 2, pick 140 overall. The Carolina Panthers selected Cam Jackson, defensive tackle, Florida. The Panthers just continue to bolster their defensive line in the 5th round. Round 5, pick 143, the Miami Dolphins selected Jordan Phillips, defensive tackle, Maryland. Round 5, pick 6, pick 144, the Cleveland Browns selected Shedeur Sanders, quarterback, Colorado. Finally, this is where the Browns stop Shedeur Sanders' unprecedented draft fall. I'll talk more about that after I go through all the rounds, so make sure to stick around for that. But a good pick by the Browns. I really do like Sanders as a prospect. Round 5, pick 14, pick 151 overall. The Indianapolis Colts selected DJ Giddens, running back, Kansas State. He could come in relief for Jonathan Taylor. I do like Giddens overall. I like this pick for the Colts. Round 5, pick 19, pick 155. The Miami Dolphins selected Dante Trader Jr., safety from Maryland. They lost Javon Holland in free agency, just showing up that safety position. Round 5, pick 21, pick 157 overall. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Elijah Roberts, edge rusher from SMU. Round 5, pick 30, pick 166 overall. The Seattle Seahawks selected Troy Horton, wide receiver from Colorado State. I really like this pick. I think Troy Horton is a very solid prospect. I think he's a consistent guy. You know what you're going to get. And I think the Seahawks are just looking to help the receiver room and just add more bodies there, and I like this pick a lot. Round 5, pick 33, pick 169. The Chicago Bears selected Zach Frazier, quarterback from Texas San Antonio. I like this pick. I think Bears just need help in that secondary, and they get some here. Round 5, pick 36, pick 172 overall. The Los Angeles Rams selected Chris Ball Jr., linebacker from Ole Miss. In round 5, pick 38, pick 174 overall. The Arizona Cardinals selected Denzel Burke, cornerback from Ohio State. I really like this pick. I feel like Burke, he has the experience at Ohio State. He has the knowledge, and I think he's just a hard hitter. I think he will show up to practice. He'll be one of the first people to show up, one of the last ones to leave. I think he'll put in the work, and I think he's the guy who will go the extra mile for the Cardinals. The best value pick for the 5th round was round 5, pick 6, 144. The Cleveland Browns selected Shedeur Sanders, quarterback, Colorado. This is the most insane draft slide I've ever seen. He was Mel Kiper's 5th ranked prospect overall. He went in the 5th round. There's some character concerns, but I just think the value is insane. He can make the throws that are needed. He's a very good arm. He can put a team on his back. He had a horrible offensive line in Colorado and still led them to being close to making the playoffs. I think I really like him. I think he'll win that job for the Browns. My biggest reach is round 5, pick 24, pick 160. The San Francisco 49ers selected Marcus Siegel, safety, Kansas State. He's a guy that I think he could play smart football, good situationally. He knows the playbook. He can read a quarterback's size. I think he'll adapt system-wise well in the NFL. I just don't think he has the physicals that needed to play in the NFL. He doesn't have the height. Doesn't have the speed. Not as strong as you would like. Just not the most athletically gifted guy. Round 5, pick 38, pick 174. Arizona Cardinals took Denzel Burke, cornerback, Ohio State. That is my favorite pick of this round. He's a hard-hitting cornerback. He has that experience. He'll give every single play. He's putting his all on the field. He gives the most effort that you'll probably see. They needed help in the secondary, and they got it here. My least favorite pick is round 5, pick 28, 164 overall. The Pittsburgh Steelers selected Yahya Black, a defensive tackle, Iowa. I don't know if he can get to the quarterback when he's paired against more agile offensive linemen. I think he can be dominant if he can brush that up. But I just don't think the Steelers need defensive tackle. I don't like this pick at all for Pittsburgh. Now let's move on to the 6th round. Some notable picks in the 6th round. Around 6, pick 1, pick 177. The Buffalo Bills took Dorian Strong, cornerback from Virginia Tech. Yeah, just getting depth in that secondary. Round 6, pick 3, pick 179 overall. The Miami Dolphins selected Ollie Gordon II, running back, Oklahoma State. I love this pick. This might be my favorite pick in the whole draft. Gordon, he has the ability to be really good, to be dominant. I feel like he is going to get to the second level, and I feel like it's just hard to tackle him. I love Ollie Gordon as a prospect. Round 6, pick 4, pick 180. The Las Vegas Raiders selected J.J. Pettis, defensive tackle, Ole Miss. Raiders just trying to help that D-line, help out Max Crosby, and they get some depth here. Round 6, pick 5, pick 181. The Philadelphia Eagles selected Kyle McCord, quarterback, Syracuse. I think McCord should have gone earlier. I like that the Eagles got a guy to compete with Tanner McKee and Dorian Thompson-Robinson for that backup role behind Jalen Hurts, because he's gotten injured before, so we might see Kyle McCord play for the Eagles this season. Round 6, pick 8, pick 184, the New Orleans Saints selected Devin Neal, running back Kansas, just a guy that could come in relief for Alvin Kamara, but he's getting older, so could they be looking at Devin Neal to be the running back of the future? Round 6, pick 9, pick 185, the Pittsburgh Steelers selected Will Howard, quarterback, Ohio State. I really like this pick. I think, as of right now, they haven't signed Aaron Rodgers. I think, as of right now, he's the starter. I mean, Will Howard's competing with Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson. I think he's better than both of those guys. And I think even if they sign Rodgers, I think they will, then Will Howard might be starting by mid-season. Just depends how good Rodgers looks. I think if Rodgers doesn't play good at all, they could throw Will Howard in there, hoping to get their guy of the future right here. With round 6, pick 10, pick 186, the Baltimore Ravens selected Tyler Loop, kicker, Arizona. The Justin Tucker situation, he has multiple assault allegations against him. The Ravens are probably saying, Tucker, you're done. We're getting a different kicker. A kicker of the future. Round 6, pick 11, pick 187. The Houston Texans selected Jalen Reed, safety, Penn State. Round 6, pick 12, pick 188. The Tennessee Titans selected Kalen Mullings, running back, Michigan. I feel like he's a very physical runner. I feel like this is a really good value pick here, and I really do like this pick for the Tennessee Titans. Round 6, pick 13, pick 189. The Indianapolis Colts selected Riley Leonard, quarterback, Notre Dame. I like this. I think he could possibly get some playing time. I mean, if Anthony Richardson looks as bad as he did some parts of this season, or he gets injured again, and Daniel Jones plays like Daniel Jones, I think Riley Leonard might be able to get in a game or two. Round 6, pick 14, pick 190. The Indianapolis Colts were on the clock again, and they took Tim Smith, defensive tackle, Alabama. Round 6, pick 17, pick 193. The Cincinnati Bengals took Taj Brooks, running back, Texas Tech. I also love this pick. I feel like Brooks is a guy, he has the potential to be the third best running back in the draft. I truly believe that. His ceiling actually might be the second best running back in the draft. I feel like that's his ceiling. I feel like he's a guy where the potential is there. And in the 6th round, you have to draft based off potential. What guys have the ability to possibly be really good in the late rounds. Round 6, pick 21, pick 197. The Houston Texans selected Graham Mertz, quarterback, Florida, trying to get a backup for Stroud. Round 6, pick 32, pick 208. The Carolina Panthers selected Jimmy Horn Jr., wide receiver, Colorado. I like this pick a lot. I thought Horn's a guy who would go around this time, but I think he is a consistent guy playing behind Travis Hunter, and I like this pick a lot. Round 6, pick 38, pick 214. The Los Angeles Chargers selected R.J. Mickens, safety from Clemson, helping that defense out. Round 6, pick 37, pick 213. The Las Vegas Raiders took Tommy Melton, wide receiver, Montana State. Melton's a guy who, he is listed as a wide receiver, but he can play quarterback, he can play running back, he can play tight end, he can play anywhere that you really need him to. I think he's a Taysom Hill type of guy. In round 6, pick 39, pick 215, the Las Vegas Raiders select Cam Miller, quarterback, Notre Dame. Could Miller be the quarterback of the future? I mean, they don't have anybody on the roster they feel like that could be that quarterback of the future. You have Aiden O'Connell, but I think Miller could have a chance to sit behind Geno Smith, and maybe in a couple of years, we'll see him starting for Vegas. The best value pick for the 6th round was round 6, pick 5, pick 181. The Philadelphia Eagles selected Kyle McCord, quarterback, Syracuse. I feel like McCord's a guy I feel like would go in the 3rd to 4th round, early 5th round at the latest. He's a gritty player. He wants it more than anybody else, and he has proven the ability to put a team on his back. My biggest reach was round 6, pick 27, pick 203 overall. The Baltimore Ravens took LeJonte Wester, running back, Colorado. He's a guy who I thought he was a borderline undrafted free agent, not a 6th round guy. I don't think he should have gone before Jimmy Horn. I think Jimmy Horn's better than him. My favorite pick was round 6, pick 3, pick 179. Miami Dolphins took Ollie Gordon II, running back, Oklahoma State. He has the potential to be the second best running back in the draft class, maybe even the best running back. That's a ceiling. He has the talent. He has a very high floor, high ceiling. I think this might be my favorite pick in the whole draft. My least favorite pick was round 6, pick 182. The New England Patriots selected Andres Borgadales, kicker, Miami. The Patriots need a kicker, so I understand why they made this pick. But I feel like with how many positions they need, why not just sign an undrafted free agent kicker? I'm not normally against not drafting kickers. I think that they need so much. They shouldn't be wasting a pick on a kicker. Also, I think that Tyler Loop is better than him. So I think if you're going to draft a kicker, you got to take the best one available. Now let's move on to the 7th round. Some notable picks in round 7 include round 7, pick 218. The Atlanta Falcons selected Jack Nelson, offensive tackle from Wisconsin. Round 7, pick 3, pick 219. The New York Giants selected Thomas Fidone II, tight end from Nebraska. Round 7, pick 5, pick 221. The Jacksonville Jaguars selected Jonah Monheim, center, USC. I like this pick. I feel like he definitely will make the roster, be a rotational piece on the offensive line if somebody gets injured. I like this pick a lot for Jacksonville. Round 7, pick 223. The Seattle Seahawks selected Damian Martinez, running back, Miami. Round 7, pick 9, pick 225. The Arizona Cardinals selected Kitten Crawford, safety, Nevada. Round 7, pick 11, pick 227. The San Francisco 49ers selected Curtis Fork, quarterback, Indiana. Curtis Fork, he's a guy he's going to get the job done. He's more of a check down guy, a dink and dunk guy, more than a guy who could carry a team. But I feel like in the right system, he could be a good backup, maybe even a starter. Round 7, pick 14, pick 230. The Detroit Lions selected Dan Jackson, safety, Georgia. I think the Lions got a steal here. They really worked on the defensive backs in this draft, really worked on the secondary, and I like Dane Jackson here in the 7th. Round 7, pick 15, pick 231. The Miami Dolphins selected Quinn Ewers, quarterback, Texas. I feel like Quinn Ewers should have gone earlier. The Dolphins are looking to get a backup, so if Tua goes down, they don't have trash back there, somebody who can actually play the quarterback position. Round 7, pick 17, pick 233. The Chicago Bears took Kyle Monangai, running back, Rutgers. I think he could get some actual snaps. The Bears don't have that many running backs. I think he could compete to be in a running back 2 role. Round 7, pick 19, pick 235. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Tej Johnson, wide receiver, Oregon. I love this pick. They don't even need wide receiver help. I just love Tej Johnson as a prospect, and I like that the Buccaneers in the 7th round just took a shot on him. Round 7, pick 22, 238. The Seattle Seahawks selected Ricky White Jr., wide receiver, UNLV. Round 7, pick 27, pick 243. The Baltimore Ravens selected Garrett Dellinger, guard from LSU. And in round 7, pick 37, pick 253. The Miami Dolphins selected Zeke Biggers, defensive tackle, Georgia Tech. My best value pick for this round was round 7, pick 15, pick 231. The Miami Dolphins selected Quinn Ewers, quarterback, Texas. I saw him as a 4th to 5th round guy and not a 7th round guy. He constantly performed at Texas with the pressure of having another quarterback that could take his job and earn training. A lot of college quarterbacks don't have to deal with that. He was in a unique situation, and he made the best of it. He really mentored Arch, and I think that he should have gone earlier. My biggest reach was round 7, pick 23, pick 239. The Dallas Cowboys select Phil Mafra, running back, Clemson. I'm shocked he got drafted, honestly. The Cowboys, they have a crowded running back room already. They didn't need to reach on Phil, but they did. I don't understand why. My favorite pick was round 7, pick 19, pick 235. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Tej Johnson, wide receiver, Oregon. I think his talent, he could be like a 2nd rounder. I didn't expect him to go this late at all. I don't know if there's enough room for him in this crowded wide receiver room. Of course, they have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Jalen McMillan. They drafted Emeka Ibuka in the 1st round. But I think if he's good enough, he'll get some playing time for sure. And my least favorite pick was round 7, pick 35, pick 251. The New England Patriots took Julian Ashby, long snapper from Vanderbilt. This is twice in a row that my least favorite pick has been a New England Patriots special teamer. But just stop wasting your picks. You already have a veteran long snapper in Joe Cardona on the roster. Stop drafting special teamers when you have so many other needs. I don't get it. I do not like this pick at all for New England. I don't think he's a bad player. It just doesn't make any sense to draft him. Now let's talk about Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders had the most unprecedented draft side that we've ever seen. He was Mel Kiper's 5th-ranked prospect and fell to pick 144. Well, why is this? In his interviews, teams were not happy. There was reports he was purposely trying to fail some interviews so he did not have to go to certain teams. Of course, there was the threat that his dad, Deion Sanders, said that he would pull an Eli, and if he didn't like that the team Shedeur went to, he didn't like them, that he would just make them trade Shedeur, and that he would make sure Shedeur Sanders didn't play for them. I don't think he should have said this. He came out later and said, I won't do that. I want my son to go wherever he gets drafted to. But I think that scared some teams. Like, I don't want to have to deal with all this drama with his dad. And teams that were looking at him as a potential backup didn't want to deal with him, because all the media is going to be focused on him, all the cameras around him. For a backup quarterback, you really want to deal with all that? You're not going to just get a guy who's maybe a little bit worse, but doesn't have all this extra baggage. And I think a lot of teams just passed on him because they felt like it just wasn't worth it. Cleveland's an interesting spot. They traded up to 144 to get him because the Eagles were sitting right behind them at pick 145. They gave Seattle picks 166 and 192 to get 144 because the Eagles were reportedly interested in taking Sanders if the Browns hadn't jumped him and do so. I don't understand why they would take Dillon Gabriel if they wanted to take Sanders later. I just think they saw that he was still available and they're like, well, the value is too much to pass up in the 5th round. I think Shedeur Sanders is really good, though. I think he's better than Dillon Gabriel. I still think he's the 2nd best quarterback in this draft, maybe the 3rd behind Jackson Dart. The Browns, they have Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, and Deshaun Watson, who might not play this season, all in that quarterback room. I think Flacco will win the starting job. He'll get benched soon. I think Sanders will get to play eventually. I don't think Dillon Gabriel's going to get any starts in unless Sanders plays and just turns out to be horrible. Another thing I noticed is on his tape, he taps the ball once right before he passes it. It's not like he taps in the rhythm. It's like right before he releases, he gives the ball one little tap, which is a big problem because DBs are going to start noticing that, just jump on all of his passes and pick his passes off. He just, like, right before every single pass, he just taps the ball, and it's basically a warning to DBs, I'm about to throw the ball. He cannot do that in that league. He will get punished for it quickly. He just cannot do that. I think he should have gone early, though. I think if the talent's there, you gotta take him. It's a point where it's like, the personality doesn't matter. It's not like he killed some people. It's not like he has actual allegations against him. It's, oh, he might be a little too much media for us. Like, okay, I get that if he wants to fall to, like, the 2nd round, but, like, I don't think he should have fallen to the 5th. There was that one coach that came out and said it was the worst formal interview he's ever been in with Sanders. He's so unprofessional, he's cocky, he's not that good, and he just puts down other teammates. We've never seen him publicly put down another teammate or another teammate come out and have actual problems with him. I think he's a good locker room guy. He does like to play hero ball a little too much, but he had no offensive line. He had Travis Hunter and like a bunch of bums. He had to carry that team sometimes. He had the ability to put a team on his back, I think is what he showed. He can carry the extra baggage. I didn't like that Colorado retired his jersey number. Like, he wasn't that good, but he did help revitalize the program and put them in the mainstream media that went 1-11 last season. I mean, they're breaking records with the amount of people that were watching. College Game Day went there. College Game Day would never go to Colorado if it wasn't for the Sanders. family and Travis Hunter. So I think he's good overall. I think he should have gone higher. The slide's still crazy to me. I think he will make people forget that. Even Sean Payton came out and said teams are going to be sorry that they didn't take him earlier. I think Shedeur Sanders is good. I don't think he should have slid as far down as he did in the draft. That's it for today. Thanks for listening to Take the Snap.